From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Diane Parker. Ed has our Monday forecast, but first we begin marking a difficult anniversary for our state. Exactly 1 year ago, one of the worst flooding events in Montana history hit our region. Rock Creek breaking its banks, rushing through our communities, swallowing bridges and homes, destroying businesses, and changing lives forever. But in the 365 days that followed, Montanans showed the resiliency and grit we've become famous for. Neighbors helping neighbors recover and move forward. This noon, MTN's Haley Monaco takes us to Red Lodge, where there's no vacancy for hard times.
For nearly 1 year, this property has sat mostly untouched and filled with debris, a reminder of just how devastating last year's floods were. But that soon could change.
The water is long gone from the Rocky Fork Inn, but the damage remains. Trees and branches are still piled nearly to the ceiling. A home and bed and breakfast in Red Lodge lost in one night.
They lived there. They were there the night of the flood. So there's been a lot of emotions through the process too.
Courtney Long is Red Lodge's planning director and the driving force behind a plan to help turn this symbol of the devastation into something beautiful.
There are grant opportunities and options for those property owners. And so we wanted to talk to the Bastions to just give them more of an idea of what an option would be for them.
The city applied for a hazard mitigation grant through FEMA to buy the ruined inn from the property owners, tear it down, and convert it into something for the community.
A part of that program is that it would be deed restricted and it would have to be turned into open space, so a green space, a park.
Anything that we can do to improve the infrastructure of Red Lodge, I'm all for it, for sure.
Scott Nance is the manager of the nearby Beartooth Hideaway, and he thinks the city's proposal is the best case scenario given the extent of the damage to the property.
I really think that we're ready to move on from it anyway. I think, the flood it wasn't an easy time.
Long says they don't have a timeline yet for when the $1.7 million grant will be approved. The grant is a 75-25, meaning 75% of the project will be covered by FEMA, while the remaining 25% is covered by the city.
That is not the final agreed upon price, but that was the appraisal value. So we want to make sure they get a fair price for that property that's been in their family for decades.
Long says the Rocky Fork Inn is one of 3 properties she is currently working with, hoping to help out owners facing irreparable damage while continuing to repair the town. In Red Lodge, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Tonight on your local MTN station or on your local MTN streaming app, tune in at 6 o'clock for our 1-year flood anniversary special, Troubled Waters, The Battle Back. In Billings, more recent flooding last week has many restoring their homes after record rainfall. Carpet and flooring businesses say their phones have been ringing off the hook from residents and restoration companies. Some are done with carpet entirely, deciding to switch to vinyl planking to potentially avoid the headaches of water damage in the future. Local business owners say they want to help folks as quickly as possible.
The influx is going to, put some pressure on making sure we keep all our schedules. Our installers are already out a little ways, so what it comes down to is getting it done timely so that people don't have mold and they can find relief.
Some clouds hanging around. This is a shot from Bozeman through the morning hours where we're going to be looking for the potential of a few thunderstorms developing in southwest Montana for today and again tomorrow. The rest of the region looks a little bit drier, but by the time we get Tuesday night into Wednesday, a cold front starts to sweep across the area, and that's going to bring our best chance of some stronger storms. By Thursday regionally, we're looking at a little quieter weather pattern. Here's where the radar has been most active through the morning from south of Missoula, the Butte-Bozeman area, especially down towards Dillon. Well, it's been much quieter across the eastern plains. As we take it into the evening and overnight, this is the target area for the showers and thunderstorms for Monday. It stays pretty much in the same area for Tuesday, but watch as we take it into Wednesday as the cold front sweeps from west to east across the area. It could bring some stronger storms. Details coming up.
I'm here in Laurel at the Caboose Saloon, which is the first stop of the 31st annual Helping Hands Poker Run. Participants will travel from location to location collecting cards, and it's all for a good cause. When Amy Williams heard her daughter's diagnosis, she was terrified.
It was frightening. It's something you say as a parent that you could never imagine.
Her daughter Anna was diagnosed with lymphoma and has been battling the disease ever since.
Anna's doing so good. She's a fighter and she's so strong, and it's pretty amazing.
It's that horrifying news that has the Williams at the Caboose Saloon today. Anna is one of 2 children benefiting from the 31st annual Helping Hand Poker Run.
I was gonna wear mascara that didn't smear today, but I just am so appreciative. We couldn't have done it without the support of our community.
The other family is the Bells. Their 5-year-old daughter, Malin, was diagnosed with a brain tumor just over a year ago.
They gave us our diagnosis and said we have 4 to 6 months.
That day was a nightmare for Malin and her family. It's something her mother, Megan, says is still difficult to talk about.
For 4 months, I couldn't talk about it. It's hard to process. I mean, no child or parent or family should ever have to be given a prognosis of months.
But Malin is a fighter. 10 months since her diagnosis, she's still fighting, and it's thanks in large part to events like Helping Hand Poker Run.
It's amazing. You don't realize the community you have until something this detrimental comes and happens to your family. Again, it puts you speechless.
The poker run started in Laurel at the Caboose Saloon and traveled to 4 different bars. Participants pick up a card at each location with a silent auction ending at Manny's Sunday afternoon. All of the proceeds go directly towards helping the Bell and Williams family with medical bills.
We just feel very supported and loved by our community and family and friends.
It's so hard to put into words, just knowing that there are strangers, in this community who are willing to help a family out and being able to give our little girl the best life she can have.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.